night in Pittsburgh, the division-leading Cincinnati Reds start a 3-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The NL Central has been the best division in baseball. Reds have won 11 of 15. They're alone in first place in the division, the first time they've done that on May 1st in 24 years, while the Pirates have slipped back to the bottom at 500, but having lost 5 in a row entering today. Great to be with you. Alex Faust, Ryan Spielbergs, Tricia Whitaker here with you. For so many years, we've heard about this Reds team and what they're capable of. The youth that they've had for so many years, the potential that awaits. Maybe this is their breakout moment.
Well, last year when they got to the postseason, they surprised a lot of people. So we know that they can pitch, but now we're starting to see them being able to hit. And they have a young player in Sal Stewart that absolutely rakes. This guy's only 22 years old. He's a handful of years out of high school. Check out his numbers for National League rookie ranks. First in homers, first in RBIs in all of baseball with 29. The stolen bases, he's 7 for 7, and the walks. When you think about most RBIs among rookies since 1920, before May 1st, you have Jose Abreu, Sal Stewart, and Albert Pujols. Not a bad list to be on. And we're talking about he's only 50 games into his career tonight. So you have the Punisher with 17 home runs, Sal Stewart at 14, Adam Dunn, Frank Robinson, Bernie Carbo, and Jim Greengrass. These are the most home runs in Reds history, and Sal's doing it. And as we're watching him, you'll understand why. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud. He does not have to pull the ball to hit a home run. He has an advanced approach. That's what you see when you see a guy go to center. When he goes to right center, he's able to hit off-speed pitches. He's able to take fastballs and drill them off gap. He has been so impressive, so impressive.
An RBI machine, to be sure. Meanwhile, for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the worst offensive team in baseball last year. Now, give credit to the front office here in Pittsburgh. They took that to heart, made some changes this offseason, got some veteran bats aboard, and it seems like the early returns are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan O'Hearn's been great. We also know Brandon Lau's been fantastic, but we know the Pirates, they have a pirate ship. Well, they might have an aircraft carrier now, because we've watched this team increase their runs at 1.18 per game this year, which is a huge number. That also tells me, as good as you have some of the ancillary players, you have somebody in the middle of the lineup that's doing damage, and that's O'Neal Cruz. This guy's a freak. When you see him, he's 6'7", long levers. Now that he's in the strike zone and repeating his mechanics, he's hitting balls as hard as anybody in the sport. This one's 119 miles an hour off the bat. He reminds a lot of people of Darryl Strawberry. This is crazy. A 41-degree launch angle for a home run is ungodly. People don't hit balls with that launch angle. And then off the bat, his bat speed is 87 miles an hour. Look at where this ball hits in Texas. Off the fair pole into the third deck. Nobody can do stuff like that.
Yeah, Cruz has always been one of the most fascinating athletes in baseball, but so much of his game was considered untapped potential, especially at the plate before this year. Now, he's right at the heart of taking this Pirates offense to a new level. The question is, can he and the Pirates snap their 5-game losing streak here tonight against the division rival? To do it, probably going to have to pick their way through a minefield in the Cincinnati bullpen. When we come back, Tricia Whitaker on the Reds relievers, helping to carry this team to first place in the division. Friday Night Baseball continues from Pittsburgh right after this.
Powered by light for 50 years.
Unofficially, it's America's vehicle. But officially, it's the vehicle of the next best.
Struck him out! Well, a really well-pitched game. Struck him out! A 1-2-3 night for Pagan. The bullpen, exceptional. Hunter Phillips has his first major league save. Struck him out!
Another shutout, and how about that?
Struck him out! 3 straight Ks in the bullpen. Exceptional. Struck him out!
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball. The skies have cleared here in Pittsburgh, and we are ready for some Friday Night Baseball brought to you by Verilux between the Reds and the Pirates. Well, if that Reds bullpen door swings open tonight, as good as the Pirates lineup is, it's a formidable sight for any opposing lineup. The Reds bullpen boasts one of the best ERAs in all of the majors. They have been dominant this season. They are the backbone of this team, the unsung heroes of this team. Look at that comparison between this Reds bullpen and the Reds bullpen of 1990. It is startling when you look at how good both of those pens are. And guess what? In 1990, that's when the Reds won the World Series. So that certainly bodes well for this bullpen and this team this year. I spoke with Terry Francona before the game about his bullpen, and he said, listen, we are the deepest bullpen that I may have ever had in my major league career. He said the thing about those guys is you can call on any one of them in any inning, and you know they're going to go to the mound to deliver. Last season, he said, we didn't have that. You didn't know what was going to happen. But to have that certainty this season, he said, that's the best feeling as a manager. Around the corner, we will be right back here on Friday Night Baseball. We'll have your first look at lineups and first pitch between the Reds and the Pirates next.
Tonight's aerial coverage in Pittsburgh is brought to you by Goodyear. Skies starting to clear here in Pittsburgh. Chilly conditions after the rain that swept through. Pirates and the Reds. Both teams trying to reach the promised land. It's been a while for a bunch of different postseason feats. Last time that the Reds won a postseason series was 1995. The Pirates just trying to get back to the postseason. Both these teams looking for deeper runs this year. Down to the field, Trisha Whitaker with Nathaniel Lowe.
All right, Nate Lowe, tell me how red hot you've been feeling lately. Tito told me before the game he has saved us.
I don't know about that. I'm just getting good pitches to hit, thankfully hitting them hard.
What are the vibes of this team? You're sitting at top of the division, and it seems like you guys are just having fun on the field.
Yeah, we're in a good spot. We know it's early, but we're confident. We're playing good. So, we still got some things we want to button up, but we're happy with our chance every night. So we're going to go out there and compete tonight.
Nate, it's freezing. How do you play in the cold?
Don't hit it off the end, Do your best to get it on the barrel, run hard, and hopefully the ball finds a gap.
Nate Lowe, we appreciate it. Go have fun.
Thank you.
Guys?
All right, Trisha. The Reds are having fun right now. 20-11 first place in the National League Central. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by BetMGM. The Reds featuring Ellie De La Cruz. He's hit 10 home runs this season. That is tied for the second most in the National League entering tonight. A Cincinnati team in sole possession of first place. They've won 11 of 15. They've won 5 consecutive series entering today, although they've only played one series in the division so far. It came against these Pittsburgh Pirates very early in the season. Pittsburgh took 2 of 3 then. Terry Francona leading the way. It seemed like from day one, Spilly, that when Tito joined this organization, there was immediate buy-in, top to bottom. He told us to a man, it's time to step up. And on the other side, Don Kelly, the manager for the Pirates. These two guys are both Western PA guys. They both have a similar blue-collar attitude about their teams.
Yeah, I love watching and talking baseball with either one of them. Don Kelly's been great. We've talked about how his impact here in Pittsburgh, being a Yinzer, but then having connections to Gene Lamont and Jim Leland, the Hall of Famer, and of course Tito Francona is going to be in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. But what they bring is a positive energy and a work-like environment where you know day in, day out you're going to get the same from your manager.
Pirates trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Pittsburgh got off to that hot start. The vibes were great. Just got swept in a 4-game series at home by the St. Louis Cardinals pitching, which of course is a strength and probably will be over the course of the season, did them in this week, especially their bullpen. They've been beaten up and they've been used a lot. It'll be interesting to see. This is a stretch for Pittsburgh. 10 games in 10 days, all against division opposition. Big litmus test begins here tonight against the Cincinnati team in first place.
Well, you got the perfect guy to get the Pirates back on track with Mitch Keller. He's formerly drafted by the Pirates back in 2014 in the second round. Big right-hander, 6'3". And when we watch Mitch Keller, he just carves up right-handers. Let's take a look at our scouting report presented by Car Shield for Pirates starter Mitch Keller. Conehead, he has been the longest tenured Pirates starter. We know it's hoisting the cone. Give him a good start. And lock, stock, no barrels. 8th in baseball with lowest barrel percentage. And I mentioned right-handers this year, they are not doing so hot against Mitch Keller. So we'll see how he handles Sal Stewart, how he handles some of the righties, but this lefty lineup with the Reds, they've been swinging the bat really well.
Let's take a look at his arsenal. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud.
Yeah, as you're watching Mitch Keller, he's always had a carry fastball. We'll throw it at the top of the zone. We'll throw a sinker off of it. The sweeper is a pitch to righties that really gives him trouble. Basically, he has a little bit of everything. And we've seen his strikeout rate dip down in the last couple of years, but I'm okay with it because he has lowered his pitches per inning. So he's very pitch efficient. He'll use a two-seam in, get a quick out.
Mitch Keller, one of the veterans, one of the longest tenured players in this organization. He's seen it all. Some highs, especially early in seasons. They've had first halves of years where they thought maybe this would be the year. Turned out to not be the case. Back in 2023, remember, got off to a terrific start in April. That proved to be false hope. Fell off in the second half. Can this Pirates team stop this slide against the division-leading Cincinnati Reds? TJ Friedl steps up to the plate for Cincinnati. As we get things underway after a bit of a weather delay here in Pittsburgh. On a chilly night for baseball, but short sleeves for Mitch Keller as he goes to work against Friedl. And the first pitch misses low and in to the Cincinnati leadoff man.
Well, they're trying to get TJ Friedl going. He's been swinging the bat better. This last week was good for him.
Friedl smacks a ground ball. Right side, gobbled up by Brandon Lau. One gone. Let's take a look at the weather report tonight, presented by Ricola. Not comfy. 49 degrees, damp.
It's baseball weather.
If you say so. It's May 1st. It feels more like March 1st. First pitch, a strike on the corner to Matt McLean. Look back at home plate umpire Jim Wolf. Thought about challenging. McLean blown away with a fastball.
Well, this is another hitter the Reds would love to see going. A couple years ago, it looked like he was going to be a star, but since he's come back, his OPS numbers have been low.
They hope he's starting to turn a corner. 4 multi-hit games the last 10. Last Friday against the Tigers. First multi-homer game of his career. Remember, dealt with significant shoulder injury. Missed all of 2024. Slow start last year. Still has yet to pick that average up. And as a team, Spilly, what's interesting about this Reds team, yeah, they're in first place, but their offense hasn't really gotten going outside of Ellie De La Cruz and Sal Stewart.
Well, this last week is good for them because they had so many homers in the Detroit series. It just got them moving.
Keller fans McLean.
There's that high-rise fastball. He'll go late to the 4-seam to get the chase.
Look at the defense here for the Pirates. A couple off-season acquisitions with Ryan O'Hearn in right, Brandon Lau at second. First pitch swinging, De La Cruz, fly ball, a lot of slice to it. And O'Neal Cruz to track it down. He'll lead things off for the Pirates, who come to bat when we return to Pittsburgh.
Oh my cheese. It's the new OM Cheeseburger from Applebee's. Our juicy bacon cheeseburger served on a skillet of cheesy deliciousness.
C Park, and we take a look at tonight's starting lineups presented by BetMGM. Pirates featuring Brian Reynolds, a .924 career OPS against Brady Singer, who makes his 7th start of the year. Cincinnati's been such a good road team this year, 10-3 on the road this season. O'Neal Cruz to lead things off for Pittsburgh. We talked about all his feats at the beginning of the year. Singer has a lot to deal with Cruz at the plate.
Well, Brady Singer's numbers this year are strange. He's had back-to-back quality starts. The last one, he went 5 1/3. But if you saw one of the numbers, he's pitched 29 innings. He's given up 40 hits. He's found ways to get out of it.
The Reds have won 5 of his 6 starts, but not exactly stellar stuff, though he fans Cruz to begin the night. Let's do the scouting report here on Brady Singer. It is presented by CarShield.
Yeah, when it comes to Brady Singer, he's always had a good sinking fastball, so sink, don't swim. The fastball, though, is getting hit at a 346 clip. He wants to get that thing to start moving down, and then the flying pig, that's the marathon this weekend in Cincinnati. The velocity has gone down, but for Singer, he just has a good feel of how to pitch.
Marathon going on in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, dueling marathons.
I've heard that this is like good running weather, colder, and maybe not this cold, but you know, you don't want to be sweating the whole way out there. You're a runner, you would know.
I love running next to the Ohio. When I was in Cincinnati last week, I did that a bunch. So I was on the trail for the flying pig.
Brandon Lau here, and he looks in ball 2. Hits in 3 straight, 5 of his last 6 coming in. Homer and a double yesterday in the series finale against the Cardinals, and the count levels of 2 balls and 2 strikes. We talked about the offseason acquisitions for Pittsburgh. He was among the handful of veterans added, trying to give some stability to the top of this order. Last year, Spilly, 7 different guys got a start in the 2-hole. Combined, they had a .664 OPS. This year, much different story. Lau drills one to right field. It turned around Spencer Steer, who recovered well to make the catch. He hit it on the screws, but Steer was there. We take a look at the Reds defense. J.J. Bleday will get the start in left here today with T.J. Friedel and Steer in right. Key Brian Hayes, 2-time Gold Glove winner at third. Ellie De La Cruz, they say his defense has improved considerably. Matt McLean, Sal Stewart, and Tyler Stevenson around the hole.
Ellie made 2 plays in the Rockies series, which made my jaw drop. He made a backhanded play in the hole, which went over the head of Key Brian Hayes, and he backhanded it and threw across his body, and I've never seen that before. And then he made another play basically in right field, diving, and took away multiple hits. I mean, he's smooth on the routine play now.
That's the difference, right?
Yes, the routine play.
Brian Reynolds at the plate, switch hitting left fielder. Let's see, I think we have a challenge. All right. We had an announcement, just wasn't made over the loudspeaker. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Let's take a look. Yep, that's a strike. Oh, I think we may have the switch opposite. I think he has the switch open when it should be closed right now.
Oh yeah, he messed it up.
This ball is drilled deep center field. Reynolds to the deepest part of the park. What a drive! What a homer! 1-0 Pittsburgh.
He's all smiles because this one went 443 feet off the back side. Fireworks at PNC Park. He hit the welder's mask, the hoist the cone, little four-seam fastball. It did not get to the spot where they wanted it. And Brian Reynolds, wow. 4th home run of the year for Brian Reynolds.
You do not see baseballs hit off the batter's eye here very often.
And it's cold.
Yes. Put some heat into that one. Ground ball up the middle, backhanded by McLean. He'll toss to first. Nearly off the bag. Stewart able to hang on and record the out. But Brian Reynolds with a scorching homer. 1-0 Pittsburgh.
Here to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball, where the Pirates are living proof that you should really never grow up, at least not on your birthday. You've probably seen it by now, but it's worth showing again. Last Friday, the bouncy house showed up in the clubhouse. It was Connor Griffin's birthday. He hit his first home run on his 20th birthday, and then this... Yes, it was a bouncy house. Paul Skeens joked that he needed to order one for his birthday, and then he did. Skeens said he and Jake Mangum had kicked around the idea of celebrating the occasion in a unique way. And guys, they did it. It's just another example of the Pirates and how much fun they're having and the culture that's there right now and how improved that culture is, and it's showing on the field. So they had some fun, guys, with Connor Griffin's birthday. 20 years old. Makes me feel old, guys.
Yeah, well, got him a cake. It's a strike off the check swing from Stewart. Yeah, so they got the cake, and then Paul Skeens said, you know, I have a feeling we'll see a few more cakes this year because we did that. I mean, he turned 20, big whoop, who cares? And then, of course, shows up at the bouncy castle for the child in the clubhouse.
Gotta love it.
There's Sal Stewart. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Here's another... I don't want to call him a child because his approach at the plate is like a 10-year vet. Sal Stewart. Now the league's adjusting to him. They're starting to throw fastballs inside to him.
Stewart got jammed on exactly that. That's going to be the next step for him. We talked about he's leading baseball in runs batted in, among the top rookies in a whole host of categories, but that'll be the next evolution. The league adjusting to him and then him having to adjust back.
And he can do it.
First pitch fastball misses to Nathaniel Lowe. What a burst he's had.
Yeah, 5 home runs in 6 games. And he was a late addition to the Reds. He was a minor league deal, only a handful of days in spring training, and then you had Gino Suarez getting hurt. He's just in a good place. When you're watching his swing right now, I mean, it's a former Silver Slugger. His head's not moving at all. So he's seeing the baseball like a beach ball.
What did Terry Francona tell us earlier today? He's saved us in the early going because they don't have Eugenio Suarez right now. Because this Reds team, again, their numbers on the year, hitting-wise, not good. Dead last in batting average. Near the bottom of baseball in average with runners in scoring position. OPS, they're 21st. They have the 5th most strikeouts, and yet they're 9 games over 500.
Yeah, they haven't warmed up yet.
Second strikeout for Keller. Tricia?
Yeah, Alex, you guys are talking about Tito, talking about Nate Lowe. I think his exact words were, he saved our butts the last week or so. He said he's been so good, and he said when he got to spring training, it took a day and a half, and he fit in immediately with this group. So he's been incredibly impressed with Nate Lowe, guys, as we all have recently.
Those 5 homers the last 6 games. Hits in 6 of his last 7 overall. Spencer Steer now. Two-out double yesterday, put the game away in the 8th. As the Reds took 2 of 3 from the Rockies. No challenge from Henry Davis behind the plate on a borderline pitch.
He might have got it if he challenged it. It was right at the bottom.
Breaking ball in there, 2-2.
A lot of teams, though, Alex, we keep seeing this. They're not using challenges and low leverage opportunities. Is that sweeping slider?
And another strikeout for Keller. Doesn't have a lot of them lately, but he has 3 through 2 innings.
Lakers 2.
Discover Verilux XR Track progressive lenses and experience instant sharp vision in motion and seamless transitions from near to far. Verilux by Essilor.
Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV is presented by Essilor. Learn more about Verilux XR series and find your local Essilor expert at Essilor.com. And in part by GovX, savings for those who serve. Alex Faust, Ryan Spilborghs, Trisha Whitaker here with you. Chilly night in Pittsburgh. Pirates up 1-0 on a 443-foot blast from Brian Reynolds. Nick Gonzalez, the batter here, 5, 6, and 7 for Pittsburgh. And Gonzalez has been a story lately for the Pirates.
He's been raking, 317 batting average, nice OPS. I mean, he's always been able to hit since his college days. And, you know, as a guy that's an inside-out hitter, he really does drive the ball right field.
He had a potential walk-off homer in the bottom of the 9th, taken away by Nathan Church, the Cardinals, on Wednesday. Riding an 11-game on-base streak in it today. And there's a strike from Singer.
The Pirates took a couple gut punches this last week. Monday, Wednesday.
Paul Skeens struggled yesterday. Don't see that very often.
It's funny when we say Skeens struggled, he gave up 3 runs. nine strikeouts, no walks.
A couple of homers. Everything being relative. Payoff pitch to Gonzalez. And he breaks his back. Slow roller. Hard charging. Hayes! Not in time! Infield single for Nick Gonzalez, and he extends his on-base streak to 12 games in a row.
Well, check out where the bat goes. It ends up hitting Tyler Stevenson and Jim Wolf. And as that play's unfolding, we're watching Ke'Bryan Hayes make his best effort. Played years here in this ballpark, now part of the Reds. He made it really close at first.
Looks like Stevenson's okay, along with Jim Wolf behind the plate, as Marcell Ozuna bats. Streaky year, and maybe indicative of where the weather's at here in Pittsburgh and where it has been at. Ozuna trying to heat back up.
He's always been a very streaky hitter, but once he gets locked in, he can stay hot for a long time.
Bounces this one in front of the plate. Singer off the mound to field, a wide throw, but well done by Matt McClain to drag his foot and somehow get a piece of the bag. And that's the first out of the inning.
like a check swing from Ozuna, but you see for Brady Singer, this ball almost went into right field. And you're right, the footwork from Matt McLean is fantastic. He redirects his body and then somehow finds a way to keep the foot on the bag.
Like a tight end in the back corner of the end zone, dragging a foot.
I like it.
So Ozuna reaches on the fielder's choice, an adventurous one, and Spencer Horwitz bats. Much better at home than on the road. The OPS splits show you that. Under the radar, Spilly, I think one of the more consistent hitters in baseball the last couple of years. Roller, right side. And flip to De La Cruz and go the short way to get one.
I was watching this play over, and I don't think Ellie realized that he might have had some time with Horowitz running. With as strong of an arm as Ellie has, he might have made it really close at first, but he didn't decide to throw.
Strike one here to Connor Griffin. 20-year-old. Since that 20th birthday, 9 for his last 25 with a couple of homers.
Well, Teats have been pitching him middle away in the last 10 days. And for Connor, I mean, he's a big kid, can handle the pitch middle away, so it's almost like they're pitching to his strength.
#1 prospect in baseball when he was a 19-year-old. Grounds this one to short. De La Cruz makes the flip to McLean, and the inning is over. Nothing leaving the infield, but the Pirates have a 1-0 lead.
Introducing the all-new bet hit. Turns out this reunion wasn't so bad. Make it a bet that turns into a bond. BetMGM Sportsbook. Make it legendary.
Tonight's odds are courtesy of BetMGM. The odds to win the NL Central. There's a bit of a distribution here, but based on the way the first month or so of the season's gone, I almost feel like you throw a dart at the board, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals look much better. I mean, we know what the Brewers are capable of doing. They never get love. The Brewers have a special game going on in Washington. That game started by Jacob Nizarowski.
On the ground from J.J. Bleday, backhanded by Lau, wide throw, and it's Bleday getting aboard. Spencer Horwitz unable to connect on a swipe tag.
This is what happens when it's cold and you have a little bit of rain. You'll see fielders, they'll have trouble with the exchange. For Brandon, just gets underneath the baseball, it'll sail on you. And I think when he looked up and he saw how fast Jay Bleday was moving down the line, it forced him to speed up his throw.
So Bleday is on for Stevenson. One more look. How close was this? Oh, yeah, not that close. Stevenson with a fly ball, shallow right. Ryan O'Hearn charges on, makes the catch. During the commercial break, Tricia caught up with Don Kelly. Our manager interview is presented by Sage.
All right, Reynolds hit one to the deepest part of the park, 443 feet. How impressive was that?
Yeah, it was really impressive. Off the bat, knew he got it good, but that he really got that one well.
Gonzalez has a 12-game on-base streak. What's been impressive about the way that he's approached stepping up to the plate recently?
Yeah, he's been having great at-bats, doing it a lot with nobody on and with runners in scoring position, and to get the leadoff guy on there was good.
Appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Tricia. Things for the Pirates maybe just not in sync in terms of their offense or defense or pitching. right now.
That happens. I mean, every team goes through little stretches.
There's the former Pirate, Key Brian Hayes. There's a story on MLB.com today explaining why he may be one of the most unlucky hitters in baseball. He's made good contact, flies this one to right. And that average well down near the bottom of baseball. I'll show you his profile.
I mean, you know, former 32nd overall draft pick. We saw the trade to the Reds last year, which caught some people off guard, but I'm with that MLB.com article. I mean, watching him swing the bat, he hits line drives, hits the ball more or less hard consistently. He's just not finding any holes.
Lineup turns over here to Friedel as they check on Bleday. Friedel now 6 for his last 20 with 4 extra base hits, including his first 2 homers of the season. It's coming in the last 5 games. Friedel holds his swing.
Friedel's kind of a throwback leadoff hitter just because he does use the butt. He's kind of like Brett Butler.
And he smacks this one up the middle for a base hit. Bleday will go first to third. 2-out single for Friedel to keep the inning going.
This is where the Reds are going to take advantage of an error. And for TJ Friedel, good timing, gets the fastball up. Keller was able to beat him in the first inning with that same pitch. This time TJ gets on top of it.
They'll bring up Matt McLean. Strike one. Sweeper that checked up. Keller goes to the fastball, got some extra heat on that 95.
I mean, the numbers for Keller against right-handers is just, it's wild. Coming into tonight at 122 batting average. 311 OPS against him.
Keller has not allowed an extra base hit to a right-handed hitter this year. Here are the splits.
Yeah, you don't see splits like that.
Keller in its 8th season, all with the Pirates, and a workhorse for them. 30-plus starts each of the last 4 years. As reliable as they get. A good battle here from McLean.
He's only 5 more strikeouts away from passing Doc Ellis in strikeouts. He might have to eat something.
I want to know where you're going with this. Here's another 0-2. Runner takes off from first, no matter. McLean strikes out. It's number 4 on the night for Keller. The Reds leave 2 on the base paths.
And when they made contact, they barreled the ball 13% more. Now that's stepping up your game. Catch the game like never before with Google Cloud AI.
Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV is presented by Verilux Lenses. Ryan Spilborghs, Tricia Whitaker, Alex Faust here with you. PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Rain or shine, warm or cold, still a terrific scene on the banks of the Allegheny. 9-1-2 here for the Pirates. Bottom of the 3rd. Brian Reynolds with a solo homer in the first. An hour-and-a-half rain delay. Davis, the Pirates catcher, at the plate, and Singer falls behind the 9-hole hitter. 3-0.
Cold nights, you'll see hitters really not want to swing. They're going to swing at just pitches right down the middle.
It's a 4-pitch walk to Davis, and the leadoff man is aboard. A couple of moments ago, Trisha Whitaker caught up with Terry Francona. Our manager interview is presented by Sage.
All right, Blade and Friedel, they got on there. You mentioned to us pregame, you feel like the guys are swinging the bats better recently. They haven't felt sorry for themselves in the middle of a tough stretch. What are you seeing from them? What makes you say that?
I mean, guys that have a baseball card, they get to their level, and we didn't start out real good, but it'll be fun kind of watching them get to that level.
You know, it is freezing outside. We had a bit of a rain delay. What do you do to keep yourself entertained during that rain delay, and how do you stay warm out here? Because I'm having trouble.
Yeah, I play a lot of cribbage before, and our guys are good. They play cards and mess around. And as far as staying warm, when you figure that out, please let me know.
Guys, Tito needs some hand warmers. I think we need to deliver them to him during the game. Tito, thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
All right, Trisha. Ellie De La Cruz charging hard, able to throw out O'Neill Cruz here.
Well, this goes to show you just how soft Ellie's hands are, and then just being able to whip and throw accurately to first, because this is not an easy play if you're the first baseman.
I think that's why from day one, even though Ellie was so rough around the edges with his defensive game, they're willing to work with it just because of plays like that. And he's going to call off everybody to make the catch here and retire Lau.
Well, shortstop is such an athletic position, but there's only one other shortstop in all of baseball that can do the things that Ellie does, and it's Bobby Witt. Just being that athletic, that rangy. But he has length because he's so long. He can get to baseballs very few players can ever get to.
Here's Reynolds.
Well, whenever you hit a home run off a certain pitch, you basically say he's never going to throw that one again.
Reynolds strokes this to right. It'll hang up there for Steer. He dives, can't come up with it, and we'll get all the way to the wall. Reynolds digging for 3. RBI triple. And it's 2-0 Pirates.
Oh, they're going to hoist the cone because a triple with 2 outs. A 2-out RBI. And great effort for Spencer Steer in right field. He missed that by maybe a half a baseball. He was right there. But for Brian Reynolds, this time he got a little sweeping slider. Told you he wasn't going to see another 4-seam fastball.
Didn't matter. Second RBI for Reynolds. Driven to right field by O'Hearn. That'll score Reynolds, and it's 3-0 Pittsburgh.
Pirates taking advantage of that leadoff walk. You get the 2-out triple, and then Ryan O'Hearn. He's been such a good player for Pittsburgh. He has found a home. Up that fastball up, and Reynolds just beats him to the spot, 91 miles an hour.
O'Hearn said a phone call with Don Kelly was all it took. This will dunk into left, and a 2-out rally continues for the Pirates. Gonzalez with his second hit. They're jumping on Singer early.
There were talking about how Brady Singer, he came into today's game with one of the highest hits per 9 in baseball. Slider that just stays flat. And for Nick Gonzalez, I mean, again, this guy can flat out rake.
Yesterday had a 10-game hitting streak snapped. And including today, Gonzalez hitting north of 400 since April 16th. And here's El Oso, Marcell Ozuna. Johnson out of the Cincinnati dugout having a word with Brady Singer, trying to limit the damage here in the third. Ozuna with O'Hearn at second, Gonzalez at first. Sweeper misses low and away.
Well, Marcel's looking for his first hit off Brady Singer, 0 for 8 in his career. He's always been a guy, when he's locked in, he does not swing at a lot of pitches. He's just waiting for what he can handle.
He had one there. Middle. Couldn't touch it. That's just off the outside corner. Ozuna's last extra base hit was April 19th. He takes ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk to load the bases.
A sense that Singer is not feeling the baseball well this inning just because he had a leadoff walk to Davis. He's been missing his slider.
And now Horwitz. Stevenson's going to call for time as some bodies get loose in the Cincinnati bullpen. Shift on for the lefty hitting Horwitz. Horwitz with a fly ball to right field. Steer underneath it. And he's got it to end the inning. But the Pirates tack on 2 more. And it's 3-0.
We gon' bring it to the house for the home team. 3 plays, 3 wins for the home team.
A weekend of MLS action kicks off tomorrow at 1 Eastern. First place San Jose hosts Toronto. And then Lionel Messi's Inter Miami take on Orlando. And Son Heung-min will lead LAFC against San Diego. All the coverage exclusively on Apple TV. Pirates up 3-0 as we head to the 4th. De La Cruz squares around, pulls back. The Pirates have a plus 23 run differential now in the first 3 innings of games this season. From the 4th on, -8. Talked about their bullpen prior to today. Mitch Keller, they need length from him for sure.
I like run differential as a tool to kind of see where teams are at. But for example, Cincinnati came into today's game and it was like they're going to challenge.
Another ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile.
Goal confirmed. Pittsburgh has 1 challenge remaining.
So the Reds came into today's game 10 games over 500 with a negative run differential, but on Tuesday they got blown out by the Rockies 13-2, and so
hard play here. Brandon Lau made it look easy. De La Cruz is retired.
Did make this play look really easy right inside the kitchen of Ellie De La Cruz. A lot of teams are trying to pitch in to De La Cruz, and so he gets jammed. And now this time we saw Brandon Lau make an error last inning. Nice play for him.
De La Cruz, most likely player, I think, to lose his helmet on any base running play.
Sal Stewart's on that list too.
That's true. He plays with his hair on fire sometimes.
Well, we keep talking about Sal Stewart's advanced approach. Well, he was trained when he was a kid by Mike Lowell, and he works with Manny Machado.
On the ground to third, gobbled up by Gonzalez. 2 gone. And Stewart, it's incredible some of the stuff that he's doing to begin. Both he and Ellie De La Cruz are on 40-40 pace. Leading the majors in runs batted in. Second most by any major league rookie before May 1st. Nearly half of his runs batted in this year have come with 2 strikes. That's the most wild stat of any that he's put up to start this season. Nathaniel Lowe always plays with a smile on his face. Having a lot of fun. And why wouldn't you if you're swinging a bat like him right now? One of those 5 homers in the last 6 games, a walk-off homer against the Tigers last Friday. Reds were down to their final strike. It was a classic bloop and a blast. Spencer Steer got aboard. Lowe drove him in with a 2-run homer. He wasn't even supposed to be in the lineup that day. That was the day that they shut down Eugenio Suarez with back tightness. Two from Keller. Got him! Mitch Keller is cruising. 5 strikeouts through 4 innings of work.
When choosing the...
We provide participants with their own bat and ball kit so kids can come as they are. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend, June 5th through the 7th. Visit playball.org to register for an event near you today.
Back here in Pittsburgh, Pirates up 3-0 on the Reds. Alex Faust, Ryan Spilborghs, joined by Paul Skeens on the headset downstairs. Paul, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I feel like we're helping you out a little bit just because the headphones serve as earmuffs. So how are you staying warm right now? And who's bothering you? Is that O'Neill Cruz?
They're all bothering me. It's really annoying. They're throwing seeds at me, and O'Neill was just talking to me, but he's going to go up and hit probably a double or a bomb, so it'll be all right.
This team swinging some great bats all year long. It's got to be fun to know how much punch is available in the lineup for this group right now.
Yeah, and it can happen anytime, 1 through 9. It's been cool. We've gotten big moments from everybody throughout the lineup, so it's been awesome. Can't wait to see where it goes.
I feel like this interview is going to be really difficult with you dodging sunflower seeds the entire time. Give me a sense with just how this team has come together in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously lost a few in a row, and nothing's changed, which has been cool to see. We've gone on a couple road trips and had some success out there, had some success at home. It's been great. We're still kind of figuring out who we are, but yeah, it's going to be a fun season ahead.
Nice job so far keeping that stoic face with the sunflower seeds coming your way.
I'm trying.
We told the story about the bouncy castle for Connor Griffin. How many companies did you have to call, and did you call them on the phone saying, "Hi, I'm Paul Skeens. I need a bouncy castle for one of my Pirates teammates"?
That actually wasn't me. That was I know I put it out there in that interview, but our head groundskeeper, I think, is the one who made it happen, and there we go.
Driven to deep center field. Henry Davis has gone yard.
We should do this more often.
Yeah, go give some high fives and come back. Henry Davis, a walk. And this is the second home run to dead center for the Pirates. Brian Reynolds did it. And now Henry Davis, welder's mask. Skeens is going to give him a high five.
They hoist the cone again. First homer of the season for Henry Davis. And another one at the deepest part of the park. All right, Paul, you're back with us on the headset down here. I heard you during the commercial break saying to your teammates, you got to make this a long inning.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys know I love doing stuff like this, so I want to do the interview as long as I can.
Maximum face time.
Exactly. Got to get the camera time. So I told them to make it a nice long inning, so I could be on here and talk as long as possible.
To that point, Paul, for you, I mean, your platform over the last couple of years has grown. And how have you taken that to your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, we're Major League Baseball players. There are a lot of people that look up to us. I know I was one of those people, even just a few years ago. It's a platform that we have, and I think we have a responsibility to use it for whatever we want to use it for. There are a lot of guys that have foundations and stuff they're passionate about off the field, and so the beautiful thing is we have the platform to do it.
O'Neal Cruz here at the plate. Full count from Brady Singer. And that's a rocket up the right field line. It'll kick off the wall. Right to Spencer Steer. Cruz digging for two. The throw not in time. Another missile off the bat of O'Neal Cruz. He's something to watch, isn't he, Paul?
Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, watching from over here, seeing the ball go down the line, and then watching him run to second, it's different. And I don't think you get that all the time watching on TV. Just how fast he is, how he gets out of the box and up the line and to second base. It's something that not very many people do.
Yeah, I mean, that ball came off his bat at almost 113 miles an hour. I mean, we were drawing comps for him at like a Darryl Strawberry. I'm not sure if you ever saw Darryl Strawberry play, but O'Neal's special. There's no question.
We're going to have a pitching change here. Paul, you want to stay with us here during the commercial break and come back?
Sure, it's working.
All right. 4-0 Pirates. We'll be back. Joined by Paul Skeens on the headset downstairs as Brady Singer has been chased from the game by the Pirates. Zach Maxwell on to pitch. And Brandon Lau here. I want to ask Paul about some of the veterans brought in here by the front office over the offseason, Lau included. It just seems to have a different mix of voices in the clubhouse has really changed the dynamic for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that we brought in have kind of, been there and done that with the good and the bad in this game. Ozuna won a World Series. Bilas played in a World Series. O'Hearn got DFA'd and has had a really good career for himself now too. So they have some really good perspectives, along with some of the other guys that we brought in. So it's been really cool to see them kind of take over the clubhouse and provide leadership and their presence.
I know Jake Mangum went to the same high school as Connor Griffin and has been one of those balls of energy within the group. But this hoisting of the cone, the hazard cone, I know there's like a shortage of cones around Pittsburgh. What has it been like watching this thing kind of take its own thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were on our first flight to New York to open up the season, and somebody kind of brought it up. Like, there was this shirt that said "Hoist the Cone," and nobody knew what it was. So we played the series in New York. There were no cones. We went to Cincinnati. I think we lost the first game there, and then Mangum I think he stole a traffic cone from somewhere, and that's kind of become our identity.
I think what I'm learning quickly is this idea of Mangum mayhem is not limited to the baseball diamond. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on with him.
Yeah, no, I just beat him pretty good in horse in the clubhouse during the rain delay too. I mean, he's pretty fun to be around. Just positive in everything he does, even while he's losing. I mean, I whoop him, but
Did he take it like a champ?
And he took it like a champ. Great teammate through and through.
You guys have ping pong. You beat him at horse. Give the fans, the insight to what a rain delay looks like for major league players.
Yeah, I think everybody handles it differently. Mitch is throwing today. He's a pretty talkative guy, so he was, kind of sitting in his locker at times, kind of going into the gym at times to stay warm. I know, I've gotten delayed a couple times. I'm not talking to people during that. There are a number of guys hitting in the cages. A lot of the pitchers are kind of hanging out, reading books, watching movies, whatever. So everybody handles it differently.
You a crossword guy? Is there anything like that just keeps you on a day, especially when you're not working, that you're just occupying your time with?
That's I've found for me that's like an August and September thing for me. I didn't get into it until like August of last year, August of the year before. I haven't done it yet, but I like it. It makes you think.
So many people have talked about your preparation. Where would you dial that back to? Would you say part of it is from the Air Force Academy, and then it just maybe you got refined when you went to LSU? How would you define your workout routine?
Yeah, in terms of baseball alone, I had a really particular routine when I was at Air Force, kind of for better or worse. I didn't, totally know what I was doing then. Then I got to LSU. Got some really good coaches, and I was able to sleep and eat and do all the things that you can do at a Power 5 school that you can't really do at Air Force. So the routine got a lot better there, and then it's evolved since I've gotten into pro ball too. But you can't do it on your own. I've had a lot of really good coaches and really good teammates that have kind of showed me the way.
Got 2 on. And 1 out here as Brian Reynolds bats. A couple of extra base hits for him. He's a veteran here, and I'm sure you guys are excited to see this team take the next step. I know that was a big emphasis in the offseason of what could this organization do to go from kind of knocking on the door to reaching the next step. But it's got to be nice to see a guy like Reynolds be a part of that as well.
Yeah, and I think, what you asked about earlier with Bilal and Ryan Ozuna, the guys that we brought in offensively, Mangum, it makes it easier for Brian to hit too, and O'Neill and the guys that we've had. So I think what we've seen so far this year is it's kind of been like a little bit of a weight off their back in a sense. I don't know if they would say that, but that's kind of what I've seen, and just makes it easier to hit when you have kind of a more balanced lineup.
Well, last Friday, you had a no-hitter going, and we were not spoiling it. We were not going to jinx it. But what were you feeling on that night last Friday?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. It's not easy by any means to pitch in the big leagues ever, but it's a lot easier to pitch when you have fastball command, and I had that the other night, so that's pretty much it.
Is that something that you want to accomplish, a no-hitter?
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I think everybody wants to. Whether they, you don't go into every day like trying to throw a no-hitter your next outing. You don't want to give up any hits. You don't want to give up any runs. You don't want to walk anybody, but it kind of happens, and that's not the number one focus, I think, for probably at least most guys, but. That would be cool. It would be cool to do someday.
One last one for me. The Cardinals yesterday, I know the start didn't go the way that you would have hoped, but you got to face one of your high school buddies in Nathan Church, and you got the better of him. Were there any chirps exchanged before or after?
No, I said hi to him the first day of the series and didn't talk to him since. Okay. Yeah, we were teammates in high school. We're not teammates anymore.
Yeah, and he ruined a possible walk-off the other night, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him anymore.
Well, you guys are going to have to face one another in the division at some point.
Yeah,
so.
We'll be seeing him. He's a good player. Yeah, it'll be fun.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to Ryan O'Hearn with 2 aboard, and O'Hearn a hot shot to first that's snared by Stewart. Paul, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
That was great.
Henry Davis, a solo shot to deep center. Tacks on to the Pittsburgh lead. It's 4-0.
Was there cannibalism?
No. I don't think that's right.
Tonight's aerial coverage in Pittsburgh is brought to you by Goodyear. City of Three Rivers.
So I learned a lot about bridges today.
Yeah?
And I want to share it with everybody.
Okay.
So originally 1924, Allegheny was trying to figure out a way to have these bridges. And at first they thought they wanted these cantilevered truss bridges. But the county commission decided that they didn't want to mess with the skyline here in Pittsburgh. So they said, can you design something different? And so what they ended up coming up with, you have to cover 47 feet to allow all the ships to go underneath it. So the very first bridge was the 7th Street Bridge, or known as the Andy Warhol Bridge. And they designed these self-anchored suspension bridges, which they got the idea from a bridge that was built in Germany. And so the 7th Street Bridge, the Warhol Bridge, was the first one of its kind. And then they built the other two sister bridges the same way. And this is one of the only spots in the world that has these type of bridges, which is pretty awesome because they do give us a great sight line of Pittsburgh.
So that's what you spent all morning doing?
Yeah, they were built in 1926. They stand the test of time.
And I know we've been here a number of times, but it's phenomenal. This ballpark, the sight lines. Great setting for baseball, great city, great arts city if you've never been here. That was a really good explanation. Thank you for educating me.
Trying to keep it simple.
Appreciate that. Payoff pitch, ball 4 to Spencer Steer. The leadoff man is aboard for the Reds in the 5th.
Well, Mitch Keller has been fantastic. A little bit of a break with that rally that the Pirates had last inning. Just trying to get ramped back up. He's only 3 more strikeouts away from passing Doc Ellis.
There's J.J. Bleday, fouls the first pitch off. Bleday, Terry Francona told us prior to that he's going to get some run in the outfield. He was among the final cuts for the Reds in spring training. Send him to AAA Louisville.
He went off there.
Yeah. Well, they wanted him to play every day. He did that, and he torched AAA pitching, so he's kind of in that tweener spot right now.
And if you put up big numbers in the International League, the AAA International League, in April, you probably are cold-blooded.
When you're saying that going to places like Columbus and Buffalo in April is great for hitting.
I mean, like, if that was in the PCL, he'd be hitting 900. The Pacific Coast League.
One-two from Keller, and Bleday serves this to right. It will drop foul. How are you hanging in over there, Mr. Santa Barbara?
Yeah, I'm not used to the cold. Don't forget, I played Colorado for 7 years, so.
Yeah, but that city gets more sun than like any other city. So that's not a fair.
That's how I'd be.
And yes, I know it snows there in March, and April, and May. Another 1-2. And Bleday fouls this off.
Good friend of mine was a first base coach. I'll leave him unnamed, but when he would come to Colorado, or if he was in this weather, he would wear a wetsuit. He's a surfer from California, so that thing kept him warm.
Okay. That's what you should have worn today. you've got one tucked away somewhere.
It's in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, right. You don't do any surfing in Denver?
No.
And Blade hanging in there. The count runs full. Tyler Stevenson on deck. Payoff. And Blade with a high fly ball to left field. Reynolds underneath it. Had to come in. Wind is going out to right. Knocked that ball down a bit. One gone here in the 5th.
Now we are noticing the wind tonight, and it's the traffic is to left field, but it's blowing out to center, right center.
Stevenson now. Hoping that this year will be a healthy one for him. 19 homers a couple of years ago. Didn't make his debut last year until May 2nd. Only wound up playing 88 games. He had an oblique strain that delayed his start, and then he had a broken thumb. It's low. Stevenson fights this off. Reds, who have won 10 of their first 13 road games coming in. They've won 11 of their last 15 overall. That mark, by the way, 10 of 13 road games. That's the first time Cincinnati's done that since the eventual World Series winning Reds team did it in 1990.
It's good company. That's what Tito wants. Do what the Nasty Boys did in 1990.
And Terry Francona was talking about this in spring training of whether they could take the next step. And Francona, well, he's in elite company. The only guy on this list not in the Hall of Fame, Dusty Baker, in terms of the retired former managers. And Francona will, of course, be there at some point as well. Probably will rank into the top 10 in manager wins in the next 2 years. Western PA guy, only about an hour away, grew up in Beaver Falls. Big Steelers fan growing up. He actually told a story one time when he was with the Guardians about one way he tried to keep things loose when he took a trip to Pittsburgh is he ordered 200 hot dogs for the post-game meal for his team because they bussed back to Cleveland afterwards. And so they were all just like at Little League, chowing down on hot dogs on the bus after the game. Skips in the dirt, gets away from Davis, and Steer will move up 90 feet.
Well, you'll see with the cold, guys will start to go to their mouth more often. They won't have as good of a grip because your fingers get slick and the ball feels slippery. It's just a spiked sinker.
Count runs full on Stevenson. And he fouls this off of Davis, who got the worst of it. Stevenson, a fellow catcher. And home plate umpire Jim Wolf will allow Davis a couple extra moments to get reset.
That's why I was never a catcher.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Tyler Stevenson with quite the battle. Reds trying to get on the board. here in the 5th. And Stevenson, another foul ball off of Davis.
Well, they're trying to get, there's several hitters in this Reds lineup where you've heard Tito Francona said the back of the baseball card. They're gonna level out. Well, Stevenson's a career .258 hitter, 759 OPS. It's off to a rough start, but he'll get going.
Another payoff from Keller. Stevenson pokes it up the middle. Griffin to his left makes the throw as Steer moves up. 2 down here in the 5th. We'll see Mitch Keller pitches by inning. Cincinnati, a little pound of flesh here in the 5th. Key Brian Hayes now. We talked about his numbers under the hood looking better than the top line, even though he's hitting a .130. 7 for his last 25 coming in. Hits in 6 of his last 7 games. Never been known for his bat. And his elite glove is what makes him so valuable to the Reds. That's why they traded for him. Keller looking to get out of the inning. That's strike 3 on the inner half. Strikeout number 6 for Mitch Keller, a season high. And it's still 4-0.
But since the cap was donned, the rate of improbable comebacks per season just happened to double. Talk about turning baseball on its head. Catch the game like never before with Google Cloud AI.
Formula One brings the heat to South Beach this weekend with the Miami Grand Prix. Drama, celebrity sightings, thrilling wheel-to-wheel action. Catch the race live Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern on Apple TV, the new U.S. home of Formula One. Bottom 5 here in Pittsburgh. Alex Faust, Ryan Spilborghs, Trisha Whitaker here with you. Pirates up 4-0. Sorely in need of a win. They've lost 5 in a row. Got swept in a 4-game series at home by a division rival with the Cardinals in town. Zach Maxwell, who came on in the 4th. A short outing for Brady Singer. 3 1/3. 7 hits, and again, you talk about the hits per 9, Spilly. 4 earned, and he gave up the 2 homers.
Yeah, the numbers for Singer this year just look like, he was getting away with a lot of stuff, and the Pirates were going to make him pay.
So Cincinnati's going to have to dig into their bullpen here today. Sam Moll, the lefty, warming. Maxwell up with the Reds after a recall from AAA.
That's amazing. I mean, you call somebody up from AAA, and Maxwell's fastball sits right around 99 miles an hour. Also called up Luis May earlier, and his fastball sat at 99 miles an hour.
Like everybody these days, just like, oh, another guy just casually throwing 98. That's ball 4. Gonzalez is aboard. Tricia?
Yeah, guys, you were talking about that 5-game losing streak for the Pirates after a very hot start to the season, and we spoke with Don Kelly about that, and he said, listen, it's just one of those times you go through a lull, and then you have guys who are just trying to do too much. I asked him, I said, who's the guy in the clubhouse that's kind of led you through that? He said, O'Hearn. He's the guy that has taken the reins and led us through it. He's vocal, and he'll say what needs to be said. So, guys, this game is certainly a good start for breaking that losing streak.
And now they got to get across the finish line, and the bullpen has been an absolute adventure this week. Every run is vital. Ozuna takes strike 2.
Well, the best thing you could do for a bullpen that's struggling is get a great start.
Yeah, Keller with a 1-hitter through 5. Striking out 6. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Don Kelly's club. Ozuna lays off. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Remember back on Monday, Pirates pitchers combined to retire the first 20 Cardinals in order until a blown save, a rare one from Dennis Santana, allowing 4 in the 9th and a 4-2 loss.
Well, and that's what we're seeing in a 4-game series against a team like St. Louis. To begin that series with a bullpen game is aggressive, and part of the reason why they're trying, the Pirates are really trying to protect their starters.
Ozuna works the count full and drives this one to deep center field. Do they have another one? You bet! 3 homers to deep center for the Pirates. Ozuna adds another one. A 2-run shot to make it 6-0.
This is his 299th career home run, El Oso. And we talked about the wind kind of pushing the ball out towards center field. And he got all of it. Fastball right down Broadway. What a swing.
His first extra base hit since April 19th. One of those guys that the Pirates hope can be a regular contributor.
Well, they're already saying he's contributing to the clubhouse along with Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah.
I mean, just guys with real experience in the game.
There's another hard hit ball. This one will die in center. Frida will flag it down.
Just notice how connected he is. He's using the ground, back foot, anchored in. He gets the fly around the bases.
And you're right, Spilly. The vibe that we got talking with guys in the Pittsburgh clubhouse is that Ozuna, despite being so streaky, never lets it change his attitude as Griffin goes the other way. Absolutely stroke that one to right. 101 off the bat from Connor Griffin.
This is where we're starting to see Connor coming into his zone and pitches that, you'll see it's middle away. That's where he can really handle it. He wants the pitch middle away, uses his levers, and then he's so quick with his hands. Don't forget he's 20.
Davis, who hit his first homer of the season last time. Tricia, you have more on Griffin?
Yeah, guys, Griffin started to heat up after a little bit of a slow start, and maybe all it took was him turning 20 years old last Friday. He recorded his first career home run, first career 3-hit game. We spoke with Don Kelly before the game, and he said Connor has made all the small adjustments he needed to make, and he's understanding how he's getting pitched in the big leagues right now. He said he's going the other way a lot. And guys, I loved what Kelly added about Connor today. He said he's so talented that even if he hit 100, he makes our team better. He's mature, beyond his years, grounded, humble, not fazed by the bright lights, guys.
It's still remarkable to think that he is the first teenage position player when he made his debut at 19 to appear in the majors since 2018 when Juan Soto made his debut. There have only been 8 position players in the last 25 years, including Griffin, to make their debuts as teenagers. Oh, 2 to Davis, and he stays alive. There's the list. That's it in the last quarter century.
I mean, you see the list. I mean, from Bryce to Soto, the Upton brothers, Trout. I mean, we're talking very special players to be able to do that.
Seemed to slip away from Maxwell.
Nice play.
Henry Davis, who had a roundabout path in terms of his development. Initially, when he came up, was put in the outfield just to get him reps at the plate. It seemed to take him off course a bit, but now that he's essentially the everyday catcher here for the Pirates, it feels like he's on a much steadier path.
Not everybody has the same trajectory as one another in baseball.
Davis to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. That ball is gone. Henry Davis with his second homer of the night. And the rout is on. 8-0 Pirates.
That's got to feel great for Davis. Again, big time production tonight from your 9-hole hitter.
Zach Maxwell will be removed for the game.
Introducing Subway's new friend.
Who has not gotten off to a great start in his major league career, one of the lowest batting averages in the live ball era, but has cashed in with 2 homers tonight.
I just love the reaction. He knew he got it. Check out the bat flip. As soon as he saw a guy, he was like, wee! This guy was the #1 overall pick. So you know the skill set for him is there.
Sam Wall enters the game. I think there was a frustration among Pirates fans that, well, you know, a guy who's picked #1 overall, why doesn't it work out, right? And you never know. It could be a variety of things.
Sometimes it just takes longer. That's the thing. Some guys develop at their own pace.
Made his major league debut just 2 years after being drafted. We talked about this prior to today's, Billy, that more than ever it seems like we're seeing younger guys being impact players at the major league level. And I wonder if there's a tendency across baseball to say, hey, we got the #1 overall pick. Oh, he looks so good. Let's just bring him up, see what happens. And it's not as simple as that, right?
It's not, and we're seeing a lot more development at the major league level than we have in years past, especially because organizations realize that the younger your player is, typically the more production they do early in their career. So you want to take advantage of it. I mean, the youth is an asset here.
And there are 3 first-round picks from the Pirates on the active roster. And you see under Ben Cherington all these guys that have been accumulated. That's the thing, they have more to come. They've got, especially on the pitching side for Pittsburgh. It's ball 4 to O'Neill Cruz.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
Tyler Stevenson, who has been really good challenging pitches. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And he gets one.
Call's overturned. Cincinnati has 2 challenges remaining.
Stevenson is now 11 for 16 behind the plate this year.
Well, and when you swap out a walk for a punch out, Stevenson is like, sorry, dude. Sorry. He's like, I know it's 8-0. It doesn't matter to me. Trying to help my pitcher out.
It's pretty good when you can flip one. Your Rockies, by the way, tied for the best in baseball in doing that.
Yeah.
Flipping a walk to a strikeout. Or flipping any result to a strikeout. In the air to right. And right at Spencer Steer to end the inning. But the Pirates tack on 4 more. They've hit 4 homers tonight. And it's 8-0.
Higher.
There's a lot of suspense.
You can help me out or you can get arrested. No, it's just straight blackmail. My therapist told me I have no concept of boundaries. Of course, I was sleeping with her at the time. As one does.
Hey, Spilly. Something is lurking beneath the surface of Widow's Bay.
Oh, boy.
Decades of calm, but the legends of the island's dark history begin to reveal themselves. Blending genuine horror with comedy, Widow's Bay now streaming on Apple TV.
Nice. You should do some audiobooks.
That sounds like it would take too long to do.
Yeah, but if you get compensated for it.
That's true. Up the middle here from TJ Friedel. That'll drop for a hit and get all the way to the wall. Friedel with extra bases. Leadoff man in scoring position for Cincinnati, but they've got a lot of digging to do. Down 8-0.
Now, second hit for TJ Friedel. He's starting to warm up this week. Watching O'Neill Cruz give chase. Be curious to see how Don Kelly pushes Mitch Keller tonight. And we've seen a lot of Pirates pitchers not go 3 times through the lineup.
He even told us a couple of weeks ago when we were here, Spilly, that they have been intentionally trying to not stretch their starters too far early this season. They want to keep them fresh. Now, Paul Skeens, and again, everything being relative, has a rough outing yesterday. You have to go to the bullpen a little bit earlier than you'd like. It changes the equation. Carmen Mlodzinski, after a couple good early outings this season, hasn't been as sharp. They are waiting in Pittsburgh as this is tapped in front of home plate by McLean. Nice play by Davis. Quickly pops up, makes an accurate throw. They're waiting for Jared Jones to get healthy, coming back from Tommy John surgery last year.
Well, check out this play from Henry Davis. He has to jump over the bat. And then he throws a strike. You want to create some space too when you're a catcher to make sure that you don't hit the base runner in the back.
So Ellie De La Cruz now. By the way, the latest on Jared Jones, he threw a bullpen session recently and then started kind of on that rehab path. Popped up foul by De La Cruz.
Well, if you notice tonight, Mitch Keller has been throwing so many pitches inside to Ellie De La Cruz and to Sal Stewart. He is trying to get under the hands of the Reds' 1-2 punch. And it's a tough adjustment for a hitter if you know you're going to get pounded inside. You have two choices. One is to try to beat them to the spot, or two, take. Because the last thing you want to do when you're a hitter is have your body fly open, because then you cannot control the barrel. And it's really hard to see pitches away from you.
De La Cruz, ground ball right side, that'll get a run home. Cincinnati on the board. Keller's inducing a lot of whiffs here tonight.
Yeah, he's been good tonight. He's been using that mix of four-seam fastball, the sinker, and the sweeper. This is tied for a season high through 5 innings so far with the punch-outs and the swing and misses. He's got a little giddy up on the fastball as well.
In the air the other way from Sal Stewart. O'Hearn charges and makes the catch, and Keller is through 6.
Hey, Brandon.
New fresh value menu. 15 different protein pack choices, all for under $5. With new 6-inch deli face, $3.99. Protein pockets, $3.99. And a 6-inch sub of the day, $4.99. Always freshly made, always available every single day.
Let's take a look at our Adobe standout score from the first inning. Ryan Reynolds. Wow. What a shot this was. Off the batter's eye in center.
Yeah, he's like, get off me, baseball.
Well, that set the tone, didn't it?
It really did.
8-1 Pirates here as we head to the 6th. 4 homers for the second time this season. The other time they did it, March 31st against the Cincinnati Reds. Pierce Johnson comes into the game for Cincinnati. Johnson, who is impressed a lot of folks around Cincinnati, especially with that off-speed pitch that he features.
He's a Colorado kid, and you know he got the chance to play for the Rockies, and he got traded over to the Atlanta Braves. And when he was with the Braves were like, hey, listen, you spin this curveball as well as anybody in the big leagues. You should probably throw that pitch a lot more. And he did.
The Snapdragon, he calls it. When he first threw it in spring training, Johnson, Tyler Stevenson said the first one he tried to catch, it just clanked off his glove. It had so much spin. He had to learn how to catch this curveball. There it is.
He gets his spin rate on the curveball is close to 3,000 RPM, which is elite.
If you've ever watched tennis and you see those really whippy forehands with topspin, like the Rafael Nadal type,
oh, okay,
that's about the same RPM. On the ground, the second. McLean makes the play. Bring up Ryan over.
A couple Colorado kids in the Reds bullpen. You have Brock Burke to Evergreen High School. You have Pierce Johnson.
Tricia was telling that story prior to first pitch about the Reds bullpen and how great it's been. They rebuilt a good chunk of it this winter. High usage, but Terry Francona, we were talking earlier this week, Spill, you believe deserves a lot of credit for how he's deployed them.
Because everybody goes in a role at any point. You can have saves from anybody.
Line drive base hit for O'Hearn. I feel like this is part of a trend in baseball, Billy, where the role of the everyday closer, and I get it, Emilio Pagan is probably going to be the guy on balance, but more and more you're seeing it so matchup driven.
Yeah, I mean, there's been articles written about the end of the closer.
Outside.
We saw last week Kenley Jansen moved up to third all-time in saves, but I just don't see a guy like a Mason Miller. They're going to use him in different spots. It's not always going to be in the ninth inning. We saw the Twins 2 weeks ago. They had a save from 4 different relievers in 4 different nights.
Yeah, the Reds have 5 different relievers with saves, the most in baseball coming in.
I mean, the final 3 outs of a major league game is different. I mean, it is what it is. It's different, but if you have guys that feel comfortable regardless of the time, it makes your bullpen that much better.
Francona, he acknowledged to us that it's not going to be as dominant as it was through the first couple of weeks of the season. It's reflected in the last 9 games. But even in that span, take series against Detroit, series against the Rockies. And they've won 5 consecutive series, finding ways to get it done. You wouldn't expect a team that's hitting .220 as a group to be leading the division. But Francona deserves a lot of credit for how things have gone to begin this season. The Reds team with high expectations coming off their first playoff berth in 5 years. First in a full season since 2013. Payoff pitch here to Nick Gonzalez. 2-hit night, late timeout called. Gonzalez, who's now reached base in 12 consecutive games. He's reached all 3 times. He's been at the plate, and he strokes this one to right. A 3-hit night for Gonzalez. All right, let's check in with some other action going on around the league. Lauren Gardner with the studio update. LG.
Hello, Alex. Let's go ahead and get you out to D.C. for the Brewers and the Nats. Jacob Mizorowski working on a no-no in the 6th, ended up leaving the game with right hamstring cramps, so the Brew Crew went on to win 6-1. By the way, the other 2 relievers in this game allowed just 2 hits, so not bad.
Not bad at all. The Miz, the opening day starter for the Brew Crew. A little bit of a slow start, but I think the consensus is they'll get things turned around. Popped up, back of the infield. De La Cruz is on. And Ozuna is retired.
They're saying Mizorowski tonight threw 43 pitches over 100 miles an hour.
This division, by the way, I know we'll have a little bit more time to dive into it as we go along, but This division is fascinating. Every team 500 or better. By far the toughest division so far in baseball. It's only happened twice, by the way, where you've had every team in a division finish with a winning record.
I believe the Central did that. What was it, 2000? I gotta remember what year it was. But it hasn't happened for a long time. Yeah, 2005 NL East.
Combined, the NL Central has a .574 winning percentage to begin this season.
Well, and the brand of baseball from the Central Division is unique to them. I mean, the Brewers are different than any other team.
That's a 4-pitch walk to Spencer Horowitz to load the bases. Cardinals are interesting. I mean, they just came through Pittsburgh, swept the Pirates, but this Cardinals team that is full of youth, they were supposed to be in a rebuild. Try telling them that.
They don't believe it.
Cubs, who I think they've shown they have a relentless approach at the plate. Good pitching has backed that up. And now this Reds team, you know, and where they fit in the division race. Remember last year, they were unable to string together a sustained run of success. This note was remarkable to me when I put it down in my notebook late last year. They spent 178 out of 184 days last season within 5 games of 500. Obviously, they've blown that out of the water early, 9 games over entering today. So the bases are loaded here, and Connor Griffin.
In the case of Connor, this is a guy that I cannot wait to see what he looks like a month from now. I can't wait to see what he looks like after All-Star break, a season from now. I mean, he's just going to continue to grow.
Oh, look out. Also bounce off the netting and right back to Stevenson. If it kicks off those bricks back there, you never know if it takes a strange angle, but not a fortunate break there.
But again, this goes again, this is weather related with some of the guys losing grips on the baseball. It says out on the board it's 39 degrees, but it feels a lot colder than that.
Yeah, I'll say. My Apple weather app has the feel like at 37. You need Trisha with another weather report.
I think she's probably frozen.
She talked about the frontal boundary coming in. Count runs full on Griffin. Nowhere to put him. Runners in motion. Payoff pitch upstairs, ball 4. And Johnson walks in a run.
All the concerns with the Reds in their bullpen, as good as they've been, it's been this really high walk rate. Top 3 in walks per 9 from their bullpen, which is not good.
Terry Francona did flag that as an area for serious concern, because their ERA is top 5, but under the hood there are a few things that give them pause. Henry Davis now. Well, Cincinnati, you go back to that run differential sometimes being a little bit wonky, and they'll be well underwater after today.
So you can't buy into run differential all the way. Let's see if he went. Yeah. Barrel goes past the hands, it's a swing.
Davis, sharp ground ball to third. Key Brian Hayes goes the short way to end the inning. Reds walk in a run, and the deficit is back to 8. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. Official jerseys, memorabilia, hats, and hoodies, you got you covered. MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear. And the MLB app has you covered all season long. Get personalized highlights and push notifications just for you. Download the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball. Alex Faust, Ryan Spilborghs, Trisha Whitaker here with you. Frigid night in Pittsburgh. Rain moved through earlier, an hour-and-a-half delay. We hit the 7th inning.
Keller's longest outing of the season was against the Tampa Bay Rays a couple weeks ago. He did go 7 innings. Does have 4 quality starts on the year. He's at a season high in punch-outs with 6. He had 6 in his last outing against Milwaukee, where he earned a no decision. He's also had a lot of time in between some of these innings because the Pirates were able to pass a baton around with their offense.
Fly ball, deep left field. Reynolds to the corner, tracks it down. One gone in the 7th.
Reynolds has had a great game. You can see he's having fun. Nice play.
Keller trying to get through 7. Brushes back Spencer Steer. Brian Reynolds, I know defense has been spotty at times. I'll give you this for, we're talking about the Pirates and trying to get back to the postseason and this long drought. No player has played in more regular season games without a postseason appearance. And he'll see another ball come his way. It'll be a base hit for Spencer Steer. Brian Reynolds did say in spring training, this year felt different compared to any of the previous years he's been in spring training. Because this team feels they're confident enough to end this drought.
Well, they have the pitching for it. If you have the pitching for it, I mean, that's one thing that gives, a team a lot of hope is when you have arms.
I think that's why people viewed this Pirates team, even if you could just get league average hitting, they'd be a contender. Fouled off. Trisha?
Yeah, you guys were kind of talking about how this would be the Pirates group to get them back to those winning ways. I spoke with Ryan O'Hearn before the game about that because if you remember in the offseason when he signed, he told the media Pirates are just 1 or 2 pieces away from being a legit contender, and I asked him about that today. He said, I 100% stand by that. He said, I love what we've done the first month of the season, and this group has that potential. And he said, even in the midst of this losing streak, what makes us special is that this group is equipped to come out of that losing streak, guys, and that's what the good teams do, especially when it gets closer to the postseason.
Well, Tricia, I think Don Kelly has been adamant about the fight that this group has. That was evident even from the first week of the season. This is line to right. O'Hearn makes the catch. Unable to double up steer. Pirates, who have missed the playoffs for 10 straight seasons. You see all the additions they made. Haven't been in the postseason since losing in the National League wild card game in 2015. Shut out by Jake Arrieta and the Cubs. Not only that, a losing record for 8 straight years.
Tough times. How about Mitch Keller right now? He's at 101 pitches. I was watching Don Kelly. You know, this is the most pitches he's thrown this season, and you know that Mitch is like, hey, I got you. With an 8-run lead, let me finish this inning.
Last time Keller hit triple digits was last April. Facing Tyler Stevenson here.
True to form tonight, he's been so hard on righties.
Just 3 hits allowed overall. Stevenson, ground ball. It is bobbled by Lau, and he's able to recover and get the out. Ball ate him up, but he stayed with it. Mitch Keller gets through 7. Time to stretch.
And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. The 1990 World Series winning Cincinnati Reds. Lou Piniella, the manager. The Nasty Boys in the bullpen.
That was a World Series I remember as a kid, because 1990, it was supposed to be the Oakland A's just boat racing the Cincinnati Reds. Instead, they had Jose Rio just carve.
Tricia, you got more in the Reds pen?
Yeah, guys, there's some heavy comparisons to that Reds bullpen that 1990 season. And like you mentioned, that was the last time they won a World Series. We spoke with Tito before the game about it, and their biggest strength really in that pen is unity. Any name that's called, any spot, any situation in the game, no problem. And Tito said it's the deepest bullpen he thinks they've ever had. He said last year they really had to pick their spots. It was kind of like chasing the wind. He said when we got to extra innings, we were out of pitching. He said this year, that is not the case. And when you look at the close games the Reds have been able to win, yeah, guys, that's the bullpen's effort. Even when the Reds lineup has sat near the bottom of the league in numerous categories, guys.
Emilio Pagan. By the way, Trish, how are you hanging in down there? It's a little cold.
I have 2 jackets on.
Uh-huh.
I have a blanket.
Uh-huh.
And I have boots on. I need some hand warmers, so if you guys could deliver some of those down here, that would be great. But I can't feel my toes.
Oh.
It's 39 degrees. Do you want me to give another weather report?
I mean, I think the one you gave beginning of the day was outstanding. You need to put that on your Emmy reel.
I am going to put that on my Emmy reel. 6 years. Are you laughing at my blanket? It's my IU blanket. I know Alex will love that. He'll love it.
You know what? You're representing down there.
I am. I got my IU jacket on, my IU blanket.
Looks very warm.
And an MLB Network coat. So I'm repping all my favorite places right now.
It is blanket weather at the ballpark tonight. O'Neill Cruz at the plate. This just gets you ready for October, right?
Yeah, this is October weather. And Tricia, you should have plenty of hand warmers. I mean, the dugouts are littered with hand warmers. Just have to ask nicely. What? He didn't get the memo.
Strike 3 outside corner. Cruz is rung up. Luis May into the game, rookie, second appearance.
Still two-seam fastball. keep saying with this Reds bullpen, their arm barn, and they're calling up guys from AAA, and they're sitting at 98, 99.
I feel like it's a prerequisite. It's like table stakes to even be considered for a professional pitching job now. You have to have upper 90s.
No.
Swing ruled. Brandon Lau 0 for 3, did walk in the 4th. Great start to the season for Lau. Cooled off a bit. Eight homers, though, on the year.
He has 165 career home runs, and if you stand next to him, he does not look like a hitter that's hit 165 big league home runs.
But that all of last year, the Pirates' second baseman combined for 8.
He's just, when you see him unleash the barrel, I mean, he's just has this whip.
A couple hops. It's Sal Stewart. 2 gone here in the 7th. Let's take a look at our game summary and cap off the night presented by Blue Moon. Henry Davis, have yourself a night. 2 homers. He's scored 3 times. 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th.
Yeah, it's so good for Henry Davis. He also had a walk to start the evening off. You love it. Home runs come in bunches for guys.
How about this guy have yourself a night? Homer and a triple for Brian Reynolds. He's driven in a pair and scored twice.
Brian's coming up on 1,000 hits for his career. That's 4 away. That's a milestone.
Gonna have a challenge.
Catch is challenging the ball call.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. No.
Call confirmed. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
Tyler Stevenson, why would you ding your percentage in a 9-1 game?
He wants to get out of the cold.
I don't blame him. There is a strike. Count runs full. Ryan Reynolds, 505 career runs batted in. Strike 3 call. And a couple of Ks.
Batters challenging the strike call.
Oh, Reynolds now with a challenge.
These guys just chatting about it. He's like, no, I think that was a ball. See, see, I told you.
I think he did that out of spite.
No, I think he, well, maybe. don't think players know their strike zone. That's why I love the ABS. I love it.
See, that's a way to get out of the cold. You get the call overturned, get a walk, and then you're lifted for a pinch runner. That's the way to do it. He's still laughing about it.
Yeah.
Jake Mangum is the pinch runner. Mangum mayhem unleashed on the base paths now. As we heard from Paul Skeens, it was Mangum right at the center of the whole hoist the cone thing.
I had the chance to interview Connor Griffin earlier in the week, and he was talking about how Jake is really important to him. They went to the same high school, obviously not at the same time, but to have somebody that, you know, is acting like your older brother, take you through the big leagues. He's kind of serving as Connor's mentor.
Jake Mangum didn't make his big league debut until age 29.
Yeah, last year.
Full count here. Mangum originally drafted and signed by the Mets out of Mississippi State. They had that cone in that apartment building still there. Nice. This is a foul ball.
It's like the Christmas Story leg layup. Fragile.
Apartment building, or is that an office? I can't tell. I know it's over, like, it's across the river. Right? Payoff pitch to O'Hearn. Hard ground ball. Flagged down by Stewart. Who plays his position quite well, the rookie. Now we're through 7 here in Pittsburgh.
Smash. Discover Verilux XR Track progressive lenses and experience instant sharp vision in motion and seamless transitions from near to far. Verilux by Essilor.
Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV is presented by Essilor. Learn more about Verilux XR series and find your local Essilor expert at Essilor.com. Alex Faust, Ryan Spilborghs, Tricia Whitaker huddled to try and stay warm. Friday night here in Pittsburgh. Justin Lawrence out of the bullpen. 15th appearance for the Buccos. Lawrence, who is not allowed to run in his last 6 appearances, comes at you with that arm angle.
Yeah, really unique for him. You see Jake Mangum in left, Billy Cook in right.
Up the middle from Key Brian Hayes. And Griffin with the putout.
We've been talking about how Ellie De La Cruz has really been smooth. Connor Griffin has just shown us, I mean, he plays shortstop. So fundamentally sound.
Shift on here for TJ Friedel. I like, so Ken Rosenthal put it in one of his columns when Griffin was first coming up. Talking about Griffin, his minor league performance last season practically broke the projection models.
That's why you can't trust all the computers.
Because they break?
Yeah, and if you don't like it, you unplug them. Then you plug them back in after 30 seconds.
By the way, going back to Griffin, I still think it's worth reminding people how young he is. He is younger than Alyssa Liu, remember the figure skater from the Olympics, younger than Bronny James, younger than Arch Manning.
He doesn't look like a puppy, but he's a puppy. He's a big puppy.
A virtual face of the franchise now. King and Paul schemes. Popped up. Left side. Long way to go. Gonzalez. 2 down. And the Pirates now 5 outs away, or 4 outs away, I should say, from ending this 5-game losing streak. And doing it against a division opponent, which seems important in the grand scheme of things.
Get over a game 500.
National League Central, that is just going to be a dogfight. Pirates were 2-3 on March 31st after beating the Reds 8-3. They have not been below 500 since.
It's hard to imagine Pirates not staying involved with the race the entire season because of the pitching staff. I mean, that's the fact that they're hitting at a much higher clip is great. Especially as, you know, we turn from the boys of spring to the boys of summer. Usually the bats warm up later on in the summer, June, July.
That sounds good right about now.
Yeah.
Thought of summer.
Picture yourself on a beach. We always said as players, when you're in this environment, talked about, because I played in Colorado and we play a lot of cold games, nobody's happy playing in this cold. Everybody's miserable. There's not one person that isn't miserably cold. So if you're going to play in the cold, you might as well win.
It's more miserable when you lose, I guess.
Yes.
In the air to left, Mangum makes the catch. A 1-2-3 eighth.
Thanks, brother. Hello?
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV is presented by Verilux Lenses. Alex Faust, Ryan Spilborghs, Trisha Whitaker. 9-1 Pirates. Bottom of the eighth. Position player pitcher time. Jose Trevino.
He's pitched twice this week, and get ready for it. He throws a knuckleball, or like we used to call it, a knuckle puck.
Induces a ground out. It's the last thing that I think either team wants to have is A, this situation, B, the batter is going against it because you don't want to make it out.
No, it's nerve-wracking when you're a player facing a position player that's throwing knuckleballs. You're like, come on, man.
Ozuna. I love the smile from Trevino. I think he even got a chuckle out of Jim Wolf behind home plate there.
His knuckleball's good. Did you see how much that one moved?
I swear, Spilly, because you see these guys playing catch before the game. You see so many position players mess around with knuckleballs. I was amazed when we were in Atlanta last year, and Matt Olson had a pretty good one. Strike 3 called on Ozuna.
Ozuna's like, I don't want to swing that thing. It's going to mess up my swing. Man, that thing's nasty. It was a ball. If he would have challenged it, he would have got that right by a foot.
Is there a position player you ever faced that got you all screwed?
I remember facing him. I mean, there's one in the minor leagues where the guy was throwing 95.
Really?
I was like, that's not a position player pitching.
This is why we need more two-way players. I avoid this situation. It's like college. Just bring in the left fielder. At least that's my take. Did you pitch?
Yeah.
High school?
Everybody pitches in high school.
On the ground at third. Hayes is there. And the inning is over. We head to the ninth. Last licks for Cincinnati. Pretty good spin on that.
Xolair is for maintenance use to reduce allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, while avoiding food allergens. Serious side effects such as cancer, fever, muscle aches and rash, parasitic infection, or heart and circulation problems have been reported.
Help reduce your child's food allergy reactions if an accident happens. Ask an allergist about Xolair.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. Alex Faust, Ryan Spielberg, Tricia Whitaker here with you. PNC Park. Drone shots, still beautiful. Evan Sisk comes out of the bullpen.
Yeah, Pirates are not going with the position player. They're just trying to end this game.
Just barely missed out on a spot on the opening day roster. Walks were an issue in spring training. A recent call-up for the sidewinding left-hander.
Yeah, it's an extreme crossfire. I mean, where he lands with his front foot is in a spot that nobody in baseball lands. Check out where that front foot lands. It's not like when the grounds crew fixes the mound tonight, they're going to wonder, why are we moving it right here? This is also for a hitter at this point. Again, you get to see the extreme crossfire. You desperately just want to take a quality at bat.
De La Cruz takes strike 3. Let's take a look at pitching decisions presented by Sage. We go back to Mitch Keller.
Yeah, Mitch Keller tonight was fantastic, and the fastball tonight played up. 4-seam fastball at the top of the zone. He got Nathaniel Lowe to strike out, Spencer Steer to strike out, and then he got Lowe again for good measure. 6 strikeouts tonight. Keller went 7 innings.
Season high in innings, season high in pitches thrown. Actually, more than a calendar year since he had thrown that many pitches, but much needed for the Pirates and their bullpen. High fly ball, shallow right. Billy Cook, short sleeves and all, makes the catch on a 39-degree night. And the Reds are down to their final out. The Pirates an out away from ending this 5-game losing streak. Pinch hitter here is Reese Hines.
Yeah, when you pointed out Billy Cook in the outfield with no sleeves, I was like, he's got to be from a cold climate place. Of course he is. He's from Utah.
There you go. Not a lot of baseball players from Utah. Just another spring day in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but then he went to school in Pepperdine. He was like, let me get out of the cold.
Oh, that's not fair. Go from Utah to Malibu.
They're like, hey, where do you want to go play baseball? He's like, anywhere but here. I'm going to go where it's warm.
Oh, look out.
I know if baseball does expand, Utah is a possible landing spot. I know Salt Lake City's interested.
Just got an NHL team. One strike away from the Pirates being able to raise it. Haven't been able to raise the Jolly Roger at home in a little while after a 4-game sweep at the hands of the Cardinals. Another hot shot.
I just love how Pittsburgh has rallied around this team.
Another payoff. Got him. Game over. Losing streak over. They can hoist the cone. They can raise the Jolly Roger. They can celebrate and set off some fireworks. Pirates back above 500. It is going to be quite the fight in the NL Central. Cincinnati would won 11 of 15 coming into the day. They were 8-2 their first 10 series openers, but the Pirates take the first game of this 3-game set. Henry Davis leading the way with his first 2 homers of the season.
Well, the Pirates have had the Reds' number this season, and tonight, I mean, it really started on the mound with Mitch Keller. Of course, he had the big home run in the first inning from Brian Reynolds, and then Henry Davis. It's great to see. I mean, you just cheer for people when you know that it's been a grind. Tonight, homer dead center off Brady Singer, and then he adds one later with Paul Skeens as his witness with another homer down the left field line.
Davis hitting 2 of the Pirates' 4 long balls here tonight down the field with Trisha.
All right, Henry, this was your second career multi-home run game. The last one was in 2023. How good did it feel to do that tonight?
Felt pretty good. Yeah, it's a good win.
What was working for you at the plate? What were you stepping up to the plate with tonight?
Just confidence. I felt like I made some adjustments recently that, I really believed in, and it worked.
All right, how about Reynolds? He hit it to the furthest part of the ballpark, 108.1 mile per hour off the bat. What'd you see?
It was a great swing, got it going. It was, awesome.
What about this entire lineup right now? You guys were in the middle of a tough losing streak, but you guys have the capability of coming out of it. That's what elite teams do, no?
Yeah, just try to hit back. We got a good team and, played a really good game right there.
Tell me about Keller. What'd you see?
Yeah, he was great. Full mix working and really made some pitches.
Paul Skeens was doing an interview on the headset when you hit a home run, and he said, we got to do this more often when Davis is at the plate. How do you feel about that?
In on that. Yeah, it sounds good to me.
All right, Paul Skeens, you heard it here. Henry Davis would like you to do headset interviews every time he's at the plate. Henry, thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Tricia, the Pirates with a much-needed victory. Blowout fashion. Using the long ball to great effect. A 9-1 final here in the Steel City. We'll wrap things up here in Pittsburgh when we come back.